Welcome back, folks, for the guide on the brand new ship. It just came out. I just got the first match in it. It is I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it is the new Russian Tier 8 uh, Soviet Rossiya. I don't even want to pronounce it. I'm going to slaughter it, guys. Here is my build, and I have a very interesting match for you guys in this as well. This is the build I'm using. I am not using the Azure Lane for this. It is, for me, it's not a very good build. This is the build I used for this match today. I did one match in it, and I had a very, very good match in this thing. And you will, in fact, see this. And But you can see that is the setup there. The Sharn Horse for dispersion, which Russians need. This is no different, I feel, on accuracy on what I did play. And I did get the reload down. So if you want to look at the stats on the upgrades, I have aiming systems mod 1, steering gears mod 2, uh, concealment mod 1. One thing I'll say is I always do, you could use propulsion mod here. It's all a preference. I like the rudder shift for dodging torpedoes. And the main battery mod 3 for the reload, so that you can see you can get 2 shots into your spotter plane, which you do want to equip. And this ship, I do really like it, guys. 97 survivability. It is pretty darn high at tier 8. It is pretty good survivability. I don't know exactly where it falls, but it has to be pretty darn good. I know it's even more than Musashi, and it's pretty good. Now, the guns on this thing are pretty darn good. They're not super accurate, and I have gotten the reload at time down to 28 seconds, and that's critical for me so I can get 2 shots on the spotter plane. That's why I pick the ones that I do. And this thing has some gnarly AP on it, by the way, guys. As you can see here, here is the AA. That nothing to write home about. I haven't obviously had it with a match with a carrier in it, so I don't know how it plays out. But it doesn't. I don't assume that would be super amazing. It seems like it'd be pretty rough. This thing is not agile, guys. It's not fast. It's not agile. I mean, it's not terribly slow, but man, this thing does not react, and that's why I want the rudder shift that I do. 13.6, about average for a battleship. As always, you're not going to sneak up on a dead moose in the, open water with this thing. Statistics, one match. Main gun accuracy, 57, but I was choosing my shots well in short range. Do not let that stat go ahead and kind of skew for you guys. You can see this match here. Currently, we'll get into the match. I don't want to stick too much on this. But right now, I know it's very early, so it'll be broke, but that is the damage and XP. For sure, the XP, I think there might be a damage one already that's about that or a little bit more. Obviously, that is not going to hold up for any length of time, and I'm not really worried about it. Interesting thing about this ship, guys, it does have a 32 millimeter bow. So again, Musashi, the big Japanese guns, the 460s will go through your bow, but you're pretty much good outside of that. The superstructure is kind of big for Russia. Outside of that, I really was able to bounce rounds pretty well with it. And it has this little cheek armor belt kind of deal going on there, that 420 armor belt, and I had people shoot it and bounce right off in my match. The Citadel is obviously right there. This is very Russian in nature. You do not want to go broadside in this thing. Anyway, let's get to the match, folks. As we go ahead and check the other ships and start this battle, It is disclaimer time. This is a beginner's guide with my opinions on how to play and build this ship to help people who need help. This is not for people who think they already know everything about the game. There isn't just one way to play or build any ship. Also, I am just a above average player, not a perfect player. I make mistakes. You're gonna see some in the game. I'm sure of it. Also, I slaughter beautiful languages as good as anyone. It's almost an art form how great I am at wrecking languages. So prepare yourselves. So, with that out of the way, we are at Sea of Fortune. I am bottom tier in this match. This was me getting it, going in it. You'll see me checking stats because I have no idea. I took a quick look at the armor before I had went in. That was it in the reload time to make sure I could get 2 on my spotter plane. Um, One thing with this, I want to say right away for people that don't play Russian battleships at all. Uh, do not put out your fires with one. You shouldn't anyway, but particularly in this, so that would get you in trouble. So beginning of the match, I'm more concerned right away just to see. Um, the reason I'm going off to the right is I want to get kind of get a flank. I kind of wanted to go in and bow tank, but I'm like, that's a good way just to get dev struck right away in the thing, either by torpedoes or somebody getting crossfire instantly. So I did want to play it a little safe in the beginning. I'm normally pretty aggressive. I normally would just kind of, if I don't think I'm, without a destroyer, I probably would head actually straight into the cap, but I wasn't sure. So that being said, keep that in mind. Also, I forgot, you can tell it's my first match. I got HE, and I could have actually had a better game on my first salvo if it hadn't been HE, because who knows what happens if that first shot goes up. And I am definitely looking at my detection and firing range because I have no idea. I just literally got the ship and then got hopped into it. I didn't even really check it out much. So, with that being said, it is the rudder does not react on this ship. It takes a while before you start. I mean, all Russians in general, just so you're playing this, it definitely takes a little bit to react. So you have to plan ahead in this ship. Very much like most other Russian battleships, if you played it. I do like it quite a bit, but I actually am a big Russian battleship fan, believe it or not. Their accuracy bothers me, but that's about it. I tried to take the shot over, and you can see that's when I realized I got a fire on the Mino, and I probably would have got the finish on it. With that being said, this is a point where when I was halfway across the island, I realized I have to push in. There's 2 cruisers with me. I didn't even notice that at the beginning, to be honest with you. That's how quick I was getting in, and I was still actually working on something when I came in. And I'm trying to take a peek at that to see if I can get a hit on it. And then, right, obviously, then, of course, Yamato comes out broadside. You could have waited a couple seconds. And it looks like whoever was over on this side with them may have bailed, because I believe it was just the Yamato and the Mino. Over here with the Mino gone, I am pretty much, this to me is free sailing. I kept getting unspotted there, making me think there was no destroyer over here, which I was correct about. So I'm heading straight in. Them guys are behind the mountain. It's Russian. They're not going to be able to clear the mountain. I haven't seen really other than I think there might have been a Napoli over there. So I'm going to head in and help our destroyer get this cap real quick while I am gonna push it on this Yamato. My only concern was there was something to the right that didn't get spotted, because I never, to my knowledge in this match, ever actually did see anything that was over here. So, as you can see, I'm more focused on bow tanking the Russians or the 2 other Rossiyas. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, guys. I'll be honest. And Yamato, not not probably a wise choice on his way to go sailing there. I think I got pretty unlucky on this, to be honest. Three overpins. That could have been a lot worse for the Yamato, but he kind of just stays there. Now, I'm also a big fan on battleships of using your rear gun and your front gun separately if you have the two A1 setup like this does. So two in the front, two super firings in the front, and the one rear. So I'm going to work on that. And then right here, I was a little hesitant to go up because I didn't see exactly if there was anything to the right, and I figured I would have definitely been hit by now. And I want to do what Russian battleships are really good at, and that is absolutely pushing in. I love to be aggressive, and the Russian battleships are so up my alley for that. The only thing that bothers them with these is my accuracy, or is the accuracy with them, and some of them can be okay, but I really love the rail guns on these. These things shoot really straightforward. Um, as he was turning in, I probably would have aimed a little higher and more to the rear. I thought I was going to get lucky, but he was angled more than I had thought because he was turning in on me. Now, my thought is I don't want to be bow tanking him, but at the same time, I want to be getting to that gap where he's at currently. And even with my one gun out, with the repair thing, the limits that they have, I do not want to use up my repair here. So I was really hoping that would finish him off. And I thought about going in that way for a second, but I figured I could get behind these guys and catch them off guard more. And you will see in a second, even though I am clearly spotted, these guys, they must be oblivious to me over here. And I'm a big fan of getting crossfire and uh, helping my team out, because as you can see in the beginning, we were definitely losing this match. They got two caps. Ship count is similar. And we lost their Shimakaze. So you can see we're actually losing this fight. And I've done nothing in particular that's really that great until this Brisbane shows up. And I don't know if he didn't see me coming, but you don't need much, obviously, to take them out. And I also, a lot when I'm using battleships, because I like stopping quickly, I'll aim at the corner of islands. I just want to make sure I get around this island and not in an angle where I'm just going to get dev struck. So I know there's a Napoli there, and I'm sure there is some sort of destroyer in the cap or somewhere over there. So I don't want to go just rushing in, and I probably should have aimed a hair higher on that shot. But I want to stop on this island up here, and I don't have to worry about. I can bow tank in front of me, even the Russians that are right in front of me. But I know, I think it was the Awami. There was a Japanese big gun ship to the right, and that I was making sure I didn't want to bow tank and be completely broadside to. But as you can see there, that I feel was unlucky. But that's part of the reason I didn't want to go flying out and eat a bunch of torps. And there is the Awami. Yeah, there was an Awami over there. And this guy is going to keep me busy for a little bit. I actually thought I was going to get... I thought he wasn't angled enough. And he should have been angled more. But I actually thought I was going to get way more damage right away on this. To get my high caliber, so I'm like, maybe I can get a Citadel, but obviously that Russian accuracy just went nowhere near where I was aiming. And that'll happen in these ships. This doesn't feel any different than any other. It feels mostly like like other Russian ships. There's nothing too real crazy about it. So I'm just going to soak up a little higher into the upper side plating a little bit on him and see if I can't get anything. And I'm getting full pen, so I'm doing some damage, but I almost wish he was angled a little worse to me to actually citadel them. And it's hard to, sometimes anyway, on Russian battleships anyhow because of the accuracy here. But I thought the accuracy would be a hair better at this spot. I see the destroyer charging, so I know even if I don't kill him, I'm moving in because my destroyer will finish him off no matter what. And there is a Shimakaze, and I did get a gun taken out, and I was gonna go ahead and move in, but I don't know if that Shimakaze was there the whole time, but I was pretty sure that, as you see, I didn't get even one hit on that Shimakaze. They just kind of just spread around him. But now I really feel like pushing in here. So, but I'm scared of the torps on the Shimakaze, obviously. So I'll act like I'm going forward. Hopefully he'll send torps my way, and then I will go in. I could have probably been a little bit more aggressive here and probably went in, but I'll be honest, there should have been a lot more torps coming through this gap in front of me if it was me. The other thing is I don't know where the other destroyer is. I know it was last spotted out to the right, so I don't just want to be sitting here, is my theory, and that's why I go in. I got 2 on the Shimakaze there to break 200,000, and this is actually the best match I've had in a... It might be one of my better XP games ever, but this was definitely my best one at Tier 8. As Tier 8 can sometimes be a little bit of a struggle, but you can see I'm spotted, so I'm assuming that guy has now moved and he is in front of me. You can see I'll kind of pay attention to right where I think he is over here. And there, yeah, and he was in fact over there. It is a Holland. So my theory is we are still losing this match, and if I don't take this cap, we're gonna lose this. And obviously, I'd love to shoot him, but there is no lobbing in Russian main batteries. there is no such thing. They just have straight A to B from point A to point B, and there is no loft on them. So I do load up HE because I figure it's going to be a minute before I see him. I'm assuming he's going to come out to my left, so I want to get up on this island, make myself as narrow as I can be for this guy. If I would have done this a little differently, I probably would have tucked up right on the island, but I did want to be able to maneuver if I did. But my main thing is I don't want to go rush him. I want to just get the cap. So you'll see I'll stop. I know that I'm aimed right at the gap. So even if I get hit, I'm not going to get hit by a lot. Nothing that's going to kill me anyway. So we got the capture, and I want to sit. Now I do have backup here, and you can see it spotted. So I know he's in this gap. My guess is he's right in front of me, obviously, and I definitely want to get backwards, so I don't want to eat torps. I know they're coming. You play the game long enough, you know there's torps coming through this gap, and you know that they're going to be coming quick out of a Holland, so I started backing up, and also fully aware he might go around to the island to my right, but I assume he's not going to do that. My assumption is that he's actually going to go to my left, as you'll see. I'm trying to see what position my other guy is in back there, that other cruiser. And you see, I don't get spotted, so I know he's on the move. And there are the torps. And this guy got pretty unlucky because this ship is not really that maneuverable. I didn't really have to do much to dodge these. And this guy goes charging, and I'm like, yeah, there's no reason to lose this match. We're going to win this match now that we have this cap, and we're stopping the points on C. And I'm not a damage hunter. That's not what I am. I know a lot of people will damage chase and try stuff, and even though this is obviously very early on, and it's a good game, and it's probably it is right now, the XP record is probably going to be broke by the time the video comes up. It's easy, because everybody focuses so hard on these ships, but Um, you can see that Cap is going, and I kind of figured it. And I know this guy's going to charge, so the least I can do is go with him. I would prefer him not do this, and he's that destroyer's got to come to us. There's no reason to charge him. And I wasn't trying to say detected. I was trying to say something else. I don't remember what it was now, but I was trying to get him to not go charging in. Um, and because he's gonna make a probably a poor maneuver maybe, and uh, the Holland gets spotted, and I shoot, and of course I don't get the kill, but I do get Confederate, which is cool. So that was really really awesome to me, and really happy with this game. It's really hard not to be happy with this game. Over 200,000 damage. I hit both destroyers. I took 2 caps with almost 3,700 base XP. Even got a fire in there, 2 fires. So I'm pretty happy. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time, folks. Have a good one.